Well, I'm not one of these draft position people. I want to see us win every game because at this point, the world might end and we might not get another season. Like, I never really want to see us lose a game. But after Brock threw that pick and they scored that touchdown, it's pretty much over. And now, look, Brock's out here running for his life. I mean, he's been running around like a cartoon cat. You ever seen like Tom and Jerry when the cat jumps up in the air and like scurries around? That's been Brock today. He's got like the third string offensive lineman, and like I'm not gonna make excuses for Brock. The interception was bad. He's had a couple bad passes today. But the truth is, this is like your fifth string running back and your fourth string offensive left tackle and your third string left guard. It's just not been a good year, and it's just not. I mean, we got down in the red zone earlier this game, and they got Ricky Pearsall on an illegal formation in the third quarter. You think we go into score? Debo gets down inside the 5 on that play, and then the illegal formation makes it 3rd and 13. We don't pick it up, and Jake Moody misses the field goal. I mean, at this point, just kneel on the ball. I mean, like I said, I'm not a give up guy, but Brock is out there running around like it's madness, and I respect it. But look at this. I mean, either he can't get the ball off, or there's a free runner at him. I mean, the kid is just tough as nails. I mean, like, I know a lot of people don't like Brock and they don't think he has what it takes, but like, he's playing his guts out. He's not, you know, I don't know what else to say about it right here. He's just not. We didn't get it done. Brock didn't get it done. It's not his fault, all his fault, but and we got a nice little screen of Debo. If anything, Debo did show that he has some heart after this, after last week. So we got to put some respect on Debo's name too. Debo wasn't showing it earlier in the season, but big props to Debo because he came out this game and he played like a champion. I mean, it's super easy to be upset about the season this year because it was Super Bowl or bust, but it just didn't go our way. And I've been a Niners fan since 1988, and we had plenty of seasons that didn't go our way. This is a lot like the COVID year. Um, I don't know what else to say about it other than that, but it's just not been a good year. And they're giving it all they got at the end of this game. I mean, I know there's still technically a chance, but I respect the hell out of it, Yeah, if they score right here, we got to get an onside kick, and then a miracle has to happen. But, yeah, they're not giving up, so I can respect it. So it looks like 6 wins might really be it this season. Pretty bad season. I mean, we got Detroit next week, and they're going to try to make a point to embarrass us because we sent them home last year after their coach was an idiot and thought he was playing Madden. And I honestly can't say I blame him. We just better show up. But the truth is, I want us to beat Detroit. I'm not one of these draft pick guys and be like, oh, well, let's lose. Let's tank and get a better draft pick. No, we lost to the Dolphins. That sucks. I'm going to be upset. But it will help the draft position. But next week, I don't want us to lose to Detroit. Fuck that. I want us to beat Detroit. I don't play that. We are not the Browns. That might have been a long time ago, but we have a winner's tradition. But there's just some changes that need to happen. Too many penalties today. Ricky Pearsall, I think, had 3 illegal formation penalties. That's something that can be cleaned up. Next year, we're going to get some guys healthy. And, I hate to say it, but we got to get rid of Jake Moody. I've lost faith in Jake Moody. I mean, I feel like I give our players a chance, and I don't really bash him, but, he missed another field goal today that would have made it a one-score game earlier. And, you can't get inside the 20 and then miss a field goal. Not in Miami. I mean, in Buffalo, in the snow, okay, I can see that. But in Miami, bruh, that can't happen. I am encouraged by a lot of our guys, even on defense. I like Renardo Green. I like Malik Mustafa. I think we got a linebacker named Graham. Jalen Graham. I mean, I haven't seen a lot of him. I was ready to get rid of Campbell earlier in their season. Really, after the first Rams game, I was ready to get rid of Campbell. He didn't do anything that I saw that was really study play or anything. I know he's a veteran, and the Niners like veterans. But the real disappointment has been the defensive line. I mean, after Hargrave got hurt, it just ain't been the same. And we had a couple young guys that didn't come through. We never got anything out of Drake Jackson. And Leonard Floyd and Gross Matos have been solid players, but that's really it. Normally when we get veterans, they have produced the last couple of years. I mean, if you go back to Arden Key and Jordan Ellis, I think his name was, and Kerry Hyder and guys like that. We had guys that would come in and would produce as veterans, as cast-offs from other teams, and it just hasn't seemed to happen this year. We also don't really seem to have a good nickelback. I really like our secondary. Diamond Lenore is a dog. I mean, that kid right there, I mean, I don't want to say he's a superstar corner, but as far as a good corner goes, yeah, if he's not a superstar, he's right below that. And like I think sometimes people get caught up in he's not a star that you just don't see how good he really is. He's a hell of a player. Ward hasn't been playing as well this season, but he has his reasons, and I understand that. I don't know if we bring him back, but if next year we go with Green and Lenore, I wouldn't be mad at that. It's just if Ward wants to come back. I don't know if he goes anywhere else and gets a bigger deal. He probably could. He could probably go somewhere like Houston and get more money. But the secondary is actually not terrible. I know like it doesn't seem that way, but I don't think the secondary is terrible. I think the biggest problem we got to do is rebuilding that defensive line. And if Hargrave comes back and plays decent, I think we can. I also think we do a good job of drafting safeties and linebackers. I mean, you got to think about it. We've drafted Greenlaw, Warner, Hufanga, Mustafa, Jair Brown, who kind of took a step back this year. But again, he's a player I think that can get better. If Hufanga don't come back, then that could be a little bit of a problem because I really think he's a difference maker when he can stay healthy. Oh, snap. Look at this. Dude just popped up. I don't know if that was a highlight or not. But I could talk about the Niners all day. Normally, when I start talking about starting my YouTube channel or my I used to do it on Facebook, but I could talk about the Niners. It's one thing I feel like I know a real tiny little bit about. And I will say that I don't know a lot about it. I don't know anything. I can only look at what I see, and you're looking at it from television. So I don't claim to be right about any of this stuff if you've made it this far. I think the people that claim to know stuff just don't. There are a lot of content creators and stuff that get on there and say, well, I know this. My eyes tell me. No, they don't. Especially about quarterback play. If you think you understand the NFL quarterback play, you don't. Bill Walsh was probably ahead of his time when it came to that shit, and he picked Joe Montana and Steve Young. He also said Rick Meyer and Steve Stenstrom were the next Joe Montana. Then he proceeded to tell Steve Mariucci to pick Giovanni Carmazzi over Tom Brady. But then he did find this guy named Jeff Garcia and thought he was really good. And it turned out that guy could play a little bit. So trust me, you don't know as much about quarterback play as you think, and neither do I. I just know that I don't know. Because if Bill Walsh was wrong half the time and he was at the practices and watching the game tape and studying the film and breaking stuff down, and you're watching it on television, you really don't know. I will recommend JT O'Sullivan's quarterback school, though, on YouTube. It's pretty amazing. And the thing I like about him the most is that he says the words I like the most. I don't know. When he's talking about progressions or why things happen, he says what he thinks happens, and then he says words like, I don't know. Plus, he played for the Niners back in the day, and he would rip it. That dude would let it go. He was kind of a turnover machine because he was playing from Mike Martz, but dude had no fear. He would let the ball go with the quickness. It's a very informative show. I don't know how hashtags and stuff work on here. See, this is going 10 minutes. We're talking about the Niners. But I love JT O'Sullivan's quarterback school. It's really the best thing going today. Saying that I didn't even realize it, but if you don't like it, learn to love it because it is the best thing going today. Woo!